Okay, hello everybody, and once again, I'm Justin Pontarelli, and we're going to be doing some more Interstellar pilot, and today we're going to be doing some very basic stuff. Simply basic navigation, how-to, and station identification, and what I mean by that is, just simply the ability to determine what is what, which stations perform what functions, and how to identify them even if they have slightly different names, okay? And this might seem like the most obvious thing, but I do have, I do have newer viewers out there who might, for some reason, need to know this information and might have a difficult time with such an advanced game, and it can be complicated and difficult at first to navigate around and get the hang of what things perform what functions in the game. So let's do that right now, shall we? Okay. So I think now what we'll do. We'll start a simple basic game in the Gitopia system. I'm not going to keep the file, of course, but, So when you start off, I recommend that any new players start off in Universe Mode. Okay, see, that's it. So it's select Game Mode. Let's go with Universe Mode, okay? Now, skirmishes help you to get better at battles. Scenarios are more like a just for fun type of thing. If you want like a storyline, there you go, play a scenario. And then, I want to say fleet battles. Oh yeah, no. These are good. Yeah, never mind. These help you. Sorry. These help you get better at battles too. Those are pre-made, where skirmishes are custom designed. Okay? Now let's go down to Universe. And let's start with Uncharted Space. We can go to a wormhole too far. I'm not as familiar with it though, but we can do that as well. Okay, but let's start with Uncharted Space first. Okay. Now guys, don't get me wrong, I play lots of different little custom maps, but a lot of times it helps, I believe, when you're trying to teach someone how to play the game, to start with a basic universe game like Uncharted Space. Now, the Enforcer, I know for a fact, starts off in Gitopia, so let's play as an Enforcer. Otherwise known as a Flyer A class. That's the name of the class of the ship, Flyer A. So guys, when you refer to ships, I tend to refer to them as by their class names. Okay. You'll see that in a moment come up anywhere. So this is a military outpost, by the way, in case you're wondering. See how it said M.Outpost? In the upper left-hand corner of the screen, if you're parked at an outpost, it tells you the type of outpost, followed by who owns it, followed by the sector name. So in this case, M.Outpost is a military outpost, followed by the name of the faction, which would be the Terran Expeditionary Force, otherwise known as the TEF, followed by the sector name, which is Gitopia, okay? And my vessel underneath that, you can see, is a Flyer A, okay? Flyer class variant A type, okay? That's the variant type. Now, Flyers come in two flavors, the regular A class and the X class. Whenever you see an X after a class type, it simply means the ship automatically comes with a cloaking device. However, most vessels can be given a cloaking device anyway, so it's not a big deal. I think with the exception of some of the smaller vessels. Okay. So, with that being said, let's undock. So let's just look around, okay? First of all, pop open your scanner in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, the 3 bars. Or I should say, that's the menu. Then click on Scanner. Now, the default scanning mode, okay, is the station mode, okay? This shows you all of the turrets, all of the stations, bases, whatever you want to call them. Okay, after that to the right, is the ship scanning mode. This turns your scanners on and scans for ships only. So this shows you all the ships. Okay? Or vessels, whatever you want to call them. I call them ships. Okay? I.e. spaceships. So just ships. Okay? Now typically when you're in an area controlled by a certain faction, you're going to see a lot of their ships around. Such as this patroller, the Devastator. Okay? Or this Drake, the Cayman. And then sometimes you'll see no-namers. Like this guy or El Cruz or whoever. Now those aren't part of any major factions, they're just no-namers. I call them no-namers because chances are, as soon as they get targeted by pirates or bounty hunters, they're gonna die and that'll be it. Okay? They don't tend to grow very well. Okay? Now, next to that, if you go to the right again, looks like 2 barrels. That scans for dropped items or scrap, okay? Typically from battles, okay? Or dropped cargo. In this case, nothing's out there. At least nothing in range. Go to the right again, little green thing. That's going to tell you where the wormholes are. Okay? Now that one hasn't been used yet, but it's in range of my scanners. Now that's the wormhole to Androla, another sector. Okay? So Gitopia, for example, is the name of a sector. I call them sectors. And so does the computer technically as well. So it says sector map under log. There you go, sector map of Gitopia. This is a sector. Okay? Back to your scanner, so click on the 3 bars in the lower left-hand corner. Click on scanner. Now click on the rock. No targets found. This would scan for any asteroids in the area which can be mined from. If none pop up, the sector does not contain any mineable asteroids. The final thing, to be fair, I don't know what that is. Okay. I typically don't use that. That simply might refer to enemy targets. I don't know. I've never used it before, guys, because I've never found a need to. Okay, so I don't know. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, so anyway, I'm downstairs, kind of dog sitting for my family here. Wait, 1 second. Yeah, so I'm downstairs, watching the family dog because my mom's out. You might be thinking, dude, you're at your house. You're with your parents still. Well, technically, I'm with my mom and my stepdad. Because I have epilepsy, I don't work, so this is what I got to do to keep my belly full of food, water in my mouth, and clothes on my back, and etc. So. Thankfully, my family is very kind to me, and they take care of me, so I'm in good hands. Yeah, I can work a little bit, but not enough to keep a full-time job, and probably not even consistently enough to keep a part-time job, so I don't know why the government's giving me a hard time about Social Security disability, because, you know, if you can't keep a job, then, you know, I don't want to bounce from job to job to job to job. I'm the type of guy, you know, if I get a job, I keep it for typically about 5 years at least. I think I worked at McDonald's when I was, like, in my teens for around, it might have been like 8 years or so. I don't know. It felt like a long time. I know it was at least 5 years, for a fact. Anyway, so, back to business. So let's get back to the scanner for all the stations. Okay. So let's identify some stations. So first of all, other than its name, so click on it, right? Click on the station in front of you, the Military Outpost. In this case, I should say in front of me. It says M.Outpost A. What does that mean? Well, M.Outpost is the type of station. It's a military outpost. The M stands for military. A happens to imply that it's the first military station in this sector, Okay? Now, so when you build a station, or for another computer, player builds a station, that'll be named M.Outpost B, followed by M.Outpost C, etc. Okay, so A just simply implies it's the first one of its type in the area. So let's say another computer player set up a military outpost. It would be, by default, it would be named M.Outpost B. And then if I came along eventually and set up my own military outpost, it would by default be called M.Outpost C. Now, if it's your own outpost, you can change its name. More on that later. Okay? But other than its name, how can you tell it's a military outpost? Well, let's do this. Let's target it. Let's scan it. Now look at this. Scan result. M.Outpost A. Again, that doesn't tell us what type of thing it is, right? That could just... You could name a thing M.Outpost A, even if it's not a military outpost. Okay. Faction. Terran Expeditionary Force, we don't care about that. Now cargo, no cargo found. Let's click on components. Okay, nothing again, then hangar. Okay, so the problem here is that you're not gonna really know what this thing is by scanning it. Okay? Because a lot of... Now, on the other hand, with military outposts, you can tell by how they look typically. However, both military outposts and the repair shops look the same. So how can you really tell this thing? Let's get some space from it, right? Let's look at it here. Let's look at it like this, guys. Check this out. Camera lock. Let's get a nice view of the station from all angles. Now check it out. Look at this thing here. That is a military outpost. And also the, like I said, the repair shops look similar. So if you're in doubt of what type of station this is, other than the name M.Outpost, let's go inside of it. So you dock with it. Now how do we know? So look, guys, on the left-hand side, where it says your ship name and your ship type, look down. Look down the two columns here. Sell ship, repair, components, orders, equipment. Click on equipment. Notice that on the left-hand side, it shows you the equipment on your vessel, and on the other side it shows you the equipment that's available in this station to purchase. Okay? Now red simply means you can't afford it. Okay? And let's click on show compatible only. And then it shows you what you can install on your vessel. Okay? For example, let's go with right turret, laser 2, left turret, laser 2. And we probably can't afford... Oh, we can. Small launcher. Awesome. Oh, no, we have 2 launchers. That was a mistake. That's okay. No big deal, guys. That's fine. It doesn't matter, though. I'm really not here to, to do anything with that, so... that's fine. Okay. So that's how you can tell it's a military base or a military outpost, because it allows you to upgrade your vessel. Okay? Now, you might be thinking, well, Justin, the trade stations do the same thing for you, don't they? Yes, but not as many options, though. Okay, so let's find a trade station right now. Scan, bases, Utopia station. Now again, how do you know what's a trade station? Well, guys, trade stations all look the exact same. They all look the same, okay? There's no variance here. They're the biggest thing. They also have a very unique look to them, okay? So that's a trade station right here, guys. That's how you can tell You can tell simply by the way it looks. Let's dock with it, guys. Okay. Now, yes. So technically, if you look on the left-hand side panel, you have the same options: sell, ship, repair, components, orders, equipment, etc. Let's click on equipment. Click on show compatible. But look though, before you click on show compatible, notice the very first option. I don't have the abilities that I had before. I should say I don't have the options I had before. I haven't even clicked on show compatible yet. It only gives you the option to install a laser 1, 2, or a small launcher. In the military base, you have many more options. Okay, look for example shields. Shield options only go up to 200, right? Engines. It only gives you fighter engines and scout engines. Power generators. Goes up to generator 30. Okay. Electronics. It doesn't even let you buy a cloaking device. No items are currently available. Okay. That's the difference. The difference is, yeah, you can buy a few things here. Okay, I can buy a mine layer, I can buy some shielding. But in comparison to the military base, for example, guys. Okay. In comparison to the military base, the M.Outposts, have many more options. And that's how you can tell. That's the difference, realistically, guys. That's the difference. So that's how you can tell. So we're going to click on equipment. Notice on the right-hand side panel, look at all these options. Military launcher, artillery, plasma pulse 3, laser level 5. Okay. Mines are standard. Watch the shielding. Remember, shielding went before. Shield 200, right? That was the max. And this station, look how far it goes. Look at that. Wow, right? Engine. The other ones had fighter engines, right? And scout engines. Watch this. Destroyer, frigate, cruiser. Look at this. Battleship engines. Level 60, right? That's pretty good. Power generator. Watch this. Generator 240. You know what kind of ship holds that thing? The Magnus. Capacitor. Watch this, guys. Capacitor 12K. Now, tractor beams are always just one level, so don't even bother with that. Electronics. You can buy cloaking devices here at the Military Outpost, which goes all the way up to small cloak level 4. Okay. Or Mark 4. Alright. Let me grab a quick drink of water here, guys. So essentially, you know, the way to tell if it's a military base is by two things. By the way it looks, because they do have a very distinct look. And by what they contain. Or I should say more specifically, what you can do inside of them. So inside a military base, you can make repairs to your vessel. Okay? And you can buy equipment for your vessel. Or customize it, basically. You can also arm your equipment. Or sorry, you can also arm your vessel. Go to trade. Okay? I can buy missiles. Bingo, missile, right? Missile. Okay. You want some more mines? Let's buy some mines, guys. Or I should say ECM. I'm sorry, ECM. Okay. Now, you cannot buy equipment. Okay. Or I should say you cannot... well, maybe you can buy equipment at a repair base. I have to check on that. I'll double check on that in this video. But for the most part, the military base offers more than the repair shops do, okay? Now, the pirate factions will often simply build a repair base as opposed to a military base although some bandit factions do build military bases. Now, enough of these things, right? Enough of the military base. Let's go to a shipyard. Shipyards, again, are very easy to identify, okay? Because they also have a very unique look to them. And other than the fact that it says shipyard, because remember, you can also rename these things. Now, I can't rename this one, of course, it's not mine. But let's imagine for a second that that we were playing online together, assuming the game was ever updated to include a multiplayer function. This thing can be named anything you want it to be named. Okay? But look at the way it looks, guys. Look at this thing sticking out right here, right? Look at the little thing sticking out. Look at that. Ain't that something? Looks like a real ship here, huh? We'll even pretend like we're gonna go inside of it. Look at this, ready? And boom. Neat, right? Huh. Now, shipyards do not let you buy equipment or customize your vessel, but they do allow for repairs to be made to your vessel. One more moment. My stepdad's going in and out of the house, so so yeah. So now there is still a trade function, by the way, at a shipyard. So click on that. Now it does give you some weaponry to buy. Okay. Or no, maybe this is just my vessel. That could just be because it's on my ship. Huh, never mind. The main stuff that you trade, buy and sell from a shipyard would be parts for other stations. So you can buy parts for stations here. Now that's a unique function to shipyards. Shipyards are the only thing that'll let you do that. Okay, where were we? Okay, so yes, so very specific to the shipyard is the ability to buy and sell station parts. Like, for example, I could buy my own turret. Well, not right now, but eventually you can. Your own military outpost, your own ration factory, your own repair shop, etc. Okay. And also unique to the shipyard, if you look on the right-hand side panel, under where it says Station Info, Bounty Board, Buy Scratch Card, Buy Sector Intel, Docking Bay, and there's Buy Ship. Click on Buy Ship. You'll notice that the shipyard allows you to buy the bigger, more expensive, stronger vessels, going all the way from the not-so-powerful Orion A class, which I love, in case you didn't know that, right? All the way up to the big, bulky, and relatively scary-looking Magnuses. Although to be fair, the Overlords are, in my opinion, probably better in battle in general. Okay. But again, it's all opinions, so... Now, let's real quick, though, while we're at it, let's go ahead and review... I could get in on that just for fun. Let's try this. Oh, well, there we go then. Learned something new, didn't we, guys? Look at that. Wow. Yeah, that's easy, right? That helped. Oh, look at that. That's what that does. Now we learned something. So what that does is it just shows enemy stuff. Enemy targets, enemy stuff. Hostiles, basically. That's pretty cool, huh? Let's steal some stuff. Get some Lancers, huh? I mean, we'll do something more at it, right?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, so I picked like the worst time to do that, guys, or to do this thing. Anyway, though, so that was just my stepdad teasing our dog. She's a little corgi, so one of the tricolored ones. She got like black on her body, a little white tuft on her neck, kind of like a brownish tan face, and socks. You can call them socks, I guess, or stockings. Marks on the feet, you know. White little paws. Cute little thing, I guess. So where were we? Oh yeah, okay, so beating stuff up. No, we were gonna identify which stations have which ships. So let's start back at the trade station. Remember, I refer to it as a trade station because that's what it is. It's a trade station. They can all be named different things, okay? This one just happens to be named after the sector it's in. It's Gatopia Station named or owned by the TEF. Let's hop in it. So again, on the right-hand side panel, oh yeah, by the way, in case you weren't aware, it's a trade station because when you click trade, it gives you the most options for, you know, buying and selling and getting rid of stuff, okay? Although I think the options at Gatopia Station are kind of limited, though. Let's go to the right-hand side panel, click on Buy Ship, and you'll notice that the options are different. Typically, Gatopia Station, you know, gives you a wider range of things to buy, ranging from the very cheap and inexpensive Rangers all the way up to your hauler class vessels. Okay? The standard hauler A, the passenger variant, the hauler P, and then finally the extended cargo capacity hauler H. Okay? That's another way you can tell that you're docked at a trade station, because if you click on Buy Ship, you're going to be able to have the options to buy the haulers, different haulers. Okay. Not to mention things like the Venture and the Drake. Okay. I had someone ask me, guys, what's the best ship for battle? And guys, the honest to goodness answer is this. It's whatever vessel they are most comfortable with. Am I saying you can buy a Raptor and just destroy things? Absolutely. If, of course you probably need a fleet, but that's okay. You can buy a fleet of Raptors, and probably tear up a Magnus if you know what you're doing. Granted, you don't want to be in the front of the battle, though. You want to be kind of like near the back. Let your fleet go in first, right? If you're in a Raptor. Okay. And it's probably going to take at least, I want to argue, at least 10 to 16 Raptors probably to do the job. Okay. Now I can knock out a Magnus with a fleet of around 6 Hornets, but, there's a little price difference there, right? Okay, so, but, anyway, so you get the idea though, right? Okay. So that's another way you can tell the difference between, a trade station and any other station as well, okay? It's the options you have in the station that tell you what it is, other than its name, okay? Now let's go ahead and let's go back to the military outpost. I feel like I'm repeating things, but that's okay. I love this little, I love what I can do, like with the target lock. Make it look like I'm dancing. Oh, he wants to fight? Not right now, sorry buddy. So now let's go to Buy Ship, okay? Right-hand side column of the military base. So what's the difference? Notice this station does not give you the option to buy the cheaper vessels, such as the Raptors, okay? Instead you have, you do have a shuttle, but this thing mostly, or I should say explicitly, only sells fighter class vessels. Notice they all say fighter, 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 fighter. It's all fighter vessels. Okay? That's it. That's another way you can tell it's a military base. It only sells fighter class vessels. Surprisingly, yes, the shuttle is somehow a fighter. Don't ask. Okay. It's probably another reason why when you go attack a bandit base, you see things like this popping out of it to defend itself. But typically, I don't usually see many pioneers, though. But I do occasionally see a fighter, or sorry, a shuttle. But mostly hornets and flyers. Okay. Then, of course, the trading options on a military base are just weapons, basically. Weapons, armament, stuff like that. Rockets, artillery pieces. My favorite, the interceptor missile. Okay. And there you go. Okay. Now let's get back to... We covered the shipyard. We covered the station, the trade station. Now let's go ahead and look at other bases, other stations. Okay. So let's say you wanted to know, well, where can I buy small arm guns? Well, where can I buy small arms? Like, let's say you go to log, cargo prices, then maybe you were thinking to yourself, well, I want to start buying and selling stuff. What's a good thing to buy and sell? Plasma rifles. Where can I find them? You find them at an arms factory. Well, where's that? Well, to be very fair, guys, where any particular station is depends on where you are. It depends on the sector you're in. It depends on whether you start off in sandbox mode, or uncharted space, or wormhole too far, okay? Every map is a little different. Although, yes, uncharted space and a wormhole too far both have some standard stuff. They both have certain standard placements of built-in, factions. Okay, with some small variations, obviously. Okay. So let's go ahead and park at the light arms factory. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. How to find them. First of all, go to log. The best way to find these other stations is simple. Go to cargo prices. Let's say you want to find the light arms factory nearest to you, or just anyone with the best price. Click on it. Click on where it says seller. Click on the arms factory. Click on toggle waypoint. Back up. Now see the pink? See that pinkish purple star with a green arrow? Or any color arrow? Now the arrow, guys, can be any color, It could be white, it could be green, it could be red, it could be orange. It depends on your relationship with the faction in question. Okay? In this case, we have a good relationship with the TEF, so the arrow's green. But the star will always be pinkish, purple, whatever you want to call that color. Okay? Follow the arrow with the star. That will lead you right to your target. Okay. Let's go ahead and dock. Now, to be very fair, outside of the purposes of trade, these stations are absolutely worthless. You can't repair your ship. You can't buy new equipment. You can't buy weaponry. Okay. But you can still get jobs from the job board. Okay, you can still buy sector intel if it's available. Okay, and you can get the weapons that you want to trade. So real quick, let's do that. Let's get a plasma rifle, just for fun. Let's go ahead and sell it real quick for fun. I've already got a bounty on my head, that's funny. Huh. What do you know? Okay. Trade. And... they don't buy them. Oh, gee, that's funny. Okay. Take my gun. 705. I'm curious. Did I make money or not? Did I make money? Nope, I lost money. I lost like 30 credits. That's funny. Oh, that's great. That's funny. Okay, anyway, that's okay though. No big deal. So we covered the basic stations. We covered the trade station. Okay, remember, it's not about its name. It's about, you know, to identify a trade station, look at how it looks. Look at that corner. Look at the corner. Look at the upper right corner. Look at the way it looks. It's a very unique look. No other station in the game looks like that. Okay, that's how you can identify that it's a trade station. Also, if you're not sure, go to log. Go to cargo prices. Go to jewelry. Typically, jewelry can only be, well, typically most finished goods, like jewelry, hover bikes, sleep pods, medical packs, and even plasma rifles will typically be sold at a trade station. In my case, I didn't check first like a complete goofball, and I ended up losing money, but that's okay. Fine jewelry, for example. Okay? Buyer, Utopia Station. Typically, most finished goods are sold at trade stations. Click on it. Click on Utopia Station under where it says buyer. Click on toggle waypoint. And follow the star. Follow that pinkish star. Oh, look at that right there. We're here. And dock. And there you go. This is where you would sell the jewelry, if you had any. Okay? And that's basically how you find every other station outside of those three main stations. You know, let's say you wanted to buy hover bikes. Bingo. Let's find that station. Where can I buy hover bikes? At a vehicle plant. Well, how can I find a vehicle plant? Okay, again, log, cargo prices. Hold on. Trying to fix this. Click on hover bikes. Click on vehicle plant under seller. Click on toggle waypoints. Okay. Same thing if you want to find, you know, where do they sell, where do they sell organic rations at a rations factory? How can I find one of those? Well, click on the cargo prices. So remember, guys, it's going to be log. Scroll down. Click on cargo prices. Click on organic rations. If there's a seller, click on one of the sellers. You know, preferably a green one, not a red one. Okay, or an orange one. Click on toggle waypoint. Back up. Now, honestly, it's typically better when you're learning to try to learn how to do this manually. But once you get the hang of piloting, then you can also do this automatically as well. Let me show you that real quick. Log. Cargo prices. Let's go back to hover bikes. Toggle waypoint, order move to. Look at that. The ship will pilot for you. Not very well though, but it'll pilot. You get the idea though, right? Clear the X in the corner. Click on that X, get rid of it. Let's do this manually. There you go. And there you go. It takes us right to the seller of hover bikes. And now we can buy hover bikes. Okay. And dock. Go to trade under the left-hand side panel. And there you go. Hover bikes. Want to buy a hover bike? Go for it. But first, remember to make sure that you can actually sell it first. Cargo prices and hover bikes. No buyers, see? Don't do it. Yeah, so anyway, but that's the idea. That's how you find any station. Now how about a refinery? Let's go find one. Alright. Let's go find one in another map. Let's not use that one. Let's use that one. Alright. So guys, again, you might be thinking, why this video? Because new players do exist, believe it or not, that might not know where to go in the game to do certain things. Like, where do I upgrade my ship? At a military base. Well, where's that? Well, now you know, right? Undock. Okay. So how do you find a refinery? Log, cargo prices, and advanced alloys, or nanochips typically. Okay. And here we go. Let's go find one. Toggle waypoint. And now, follow the pinkish purple star. But not quite yet. Who's asking for it? It's really asking for it. Come on. There you go. You didn't die. Now, since I can cloak, I'm gonna cloak. In case y'all are new to the game as well, remember, if your ship is capable of cloaking, or if you've upgraded it, your cloaking device will be found in the very bottom lower right-hand corner. And there's a fly near me, and it's really driving me nuts all of a sudden. Probably just wants to go outside, but, you know, you can't open a window for a fly. So yeah, guys, I think as an advanced player, you know, I take all this for granted, you know? It's like, I really do, I take it all for granted. It becomes an issue if someone says, well, go upgrade your ship. Okay, I'll go to a military base. You know, well, I need nanochips. Well, I know where to get nanochips. You go to a refinery. You know? So guys, basic navigation skills. The basic ability to identify a station and how to find a station, it's really vital to learning how to play the game, you know? It's often very difficult to describe all of this stuff in text form, just in chat, so I made this video, you know? That's what this is about. And while we're at it, I'm gonna keep yakking here. I had someone tell me yesterday, he's like, you know, after you're done with this, he's like, I hope you get into something decent. At least that was the implication. And I'm thinking to myself, I think Interstellar Pilot's decent. Like, define decent, right? And then I, you know, then I informed him that technically this channel was really not built on the idea of it becoming a gaming channel. I never intended it just to be a gaming channel. Okay. This was, at the time, this was simply a game I played for fun on my phone, and I figured, let's try making a video one of these days and see if anyone likes it. You know, why not? My little brother encouraged me to try it. I'm like, it's no harm in that, right? You know, so I just use this channel as a way to share things that I enjoy. Things that I'm a little passionate about, you know? So, if the channel's ever able to be monetized, then great. So maybe I make a couple bucks here and there, you know? From what I'm understanding, I guess only the people with lots of subscribers are making money, realistically. You know? Yeah, so... If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. That's fine. I'll live either way, I guess. You know? I can always be like one of those people that's like, hey, support me on Patreon, blah, 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 donate, blah. You know, I could do that, right? I still could. I still could. I don't have one, though, guys, in case you wanted to know. Don't everyone, you know, jump up and down at once and ask me to, and ask how to donate to me, right? I'm just joking. It's alright. I'll be fine. I'm okay, really, guys. I'm okay. I promise. Anyway, here we are, finally. No, not here. We're still over 3K away. So anyway, guys, but yeah, this is just a very basic function of the game that I guess in reality I take for granted. And by the way, guys, in case you didn't know, that's a turret. If that's a red, that'll shoot you with lasers. Powerful lasers. Okay? Don't get close to those unless you intend to destroy one. Unless it's green or orange. Okay? Green ones and orange ones will not shoot at you. Red ones will. And by red I mean if it has like a red box around it. Or if on the scanner it's red. Like this one's green, right? These ones are... Okay, here you go. Here's an example. Red one. Red box. See it? If I get close enough to that thing, it'll shoot me. Okay? That's what I'm talking about right there, guys. Okay. I know we're close enough. Finally, right? And this is a refinery. Now, thankfully, refineries are very easy to identify because typically we'll have haulers, mining haulers, okay, going in and out of them at all times. Okay? That's one way to identify a refinery. Because the mining haulers, like, they flock to them. And typically you don't want to attack a mining pod area, you know, like a whole bunch of, like, the mining vessels. Because they'll team up on you eventually, you know. They'll team up on you and they can be quite a nuisance. Anyway, this... right here is a refinery. Very unique look. And other than identifying it by its name, okay, you can identify it by look. Let's try one other method. Target. Scan. Look at this cargo. Oh, look at that. Look at this cargo, guys. Alloys, nanochips, diamonds, iron ore, gold ore, copper ore. And other ones will actually have water. Okay. That's how you can tell. It's full of ores. Now what else can you do with it? Let's dock. Find out. Right-hand side panel, buy ship. You can typically buy mining vessels. Ranger M and the Hauler M. Okay? This is the only station in the game that specifically sells mining vessels. Both the Ranger class mining vessel and the Hauler class mining vessel. Okay? If you want to get into mining, though, if you have the money, get a Hauler M. Don't bother with Rangers. They're very fragile. Okay? Anyway, so if you go to trade, it's going to be for stuff that the mine typically buys or sells, including purified water, ice crystals, different types of ore, and scrap. They also accept scrap. So if you have a bunch of scrap laying around that you've, you know, taken off the battlefield, sell it here. They'll take it and then make it into stuff. Okay? Now, apparently, these guys do not have any repair facilities, so don't bother trying to repair here. Okay? As far as equipment's concerned, typically they sell equipment meant for mining vessels. So you're not going to see a lot of options. See, look at that. You're not going to see very many options for anything else. Okay? So don't go here thinking you're going to, like, you know, upgrade your battleship. You're not going to. But if you want to get a better mining laser, go here. If you can. But I do believe they sell mining lasers also at the military bases as well. So whenever I say upgrade your vessel, upgrade your ship, go to a military base. Now let's say, for example, you know, okay, let's do it this way. Go to log. Go to cargo prices. Let's say you're out in the middle of nowhere, and you want to find a military base. Go down here. Keep scrolling. Click on the Achilles missile. See where it says seller on these two side panels. Under the seller panel, look at all these options. These are currently all the military bases in this game. Now, since we're in the beta Pendola sector, I'm going to click on this one here. Toggle waypoint. Let's move to it. Undock. Let's get rid of that little thing first. That's going to annoy me. I'm going to curl around. And away we go. And guys back there, they're all just like shooting rocks. I'll show you real quick. See? It's like a mining pod, basically. It's like a dolphin pod, except it's miners. Don't bother them. You don't want to go to war with them, trust me. I mean, it can be fun, but it can also be a pain in the booty. They don't go down easy. They will swarm you. And sometimes they have missiles. And ECM too. So if you think it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, it's not. Trust me. Okay. There's our target. And that's one quick and easy way to find a military base. Okay. And guys, in my opinion, military bases are central to the game. Because if you want to, repair your vessel, boom, military base. If you want to, if you want to upgrade your vessel, repair it, rearm it, boom, military base. Otherwise known typically as an M.Outpost. Okay. And now I'm going to show you guys one more thing after this. So remember, follow the pink star, purple star, dock with the station, and there we go. Fighter ships. Only fighter ships for sale. You can buy weapons, sell weapons, and you can equip your vessel with all sorts of stuff, including... Well, actually, I'm not a mining vessel, so I can't show you guys that option, but that's okay. I believe the last time I did this, I was a mining vessel and actually bought a mining laser from the station here. But it only pops up as an option if you're a mining vessel. But anyway, there you go. And I can repair too. Now for the infamous Don Carnage file. I want to show you guys one more interesting station. This one's going to be a little harder to find, simply because, well, I'll show you in a moment, guys. Let's go to log. Let's go to cargo prices. How would you find a repair base? Well, it offers no products. As far as I know, it offers no weapons either. Okay. So how would you find one? Go to log. And typically only bandits have repair bases anyway, so it's not a big deal. I'm already on log, I'm sorry. I keep clicking it like, what's it doing? Why is it not working? Go to... No, better yet, back up all the way. 3 bars in the corner. Click on those. Click on ship. Click on orders. Click on dock at. Look at this. Bingo. Repair base. And that's how you find a repair shop. Repair shops will not typically come up as an option, okay, in the log, in the cargo prices menu, because it doesn't offer anything. It offers basically nothing except repair services. That's all it is. Okay. And in my mind, guys, the opposite of a repair shop is a Magnus EQ. It doesn't offer repair services, but it does offer a mobile weapons platform to buy and sell weapons at. Okay. So basically, for now, that's it, guys. You know, I hope I didn't sound like I was patronizing. You know, it's yeah. Just to be fair, I got a question, and it's like I don't know how to answer that because it's like I just take this all for granted, really. As an advanced player, sometimes it's hard to describe these concepts. Then in reality, I guess it does take a while to learn how to get around in the map, or any map for that matter. But once you do understand the basics, then it becomes so much easier. It really does. In case you guys don't know how to, like, contact random vessels, click on them. Click on a random vessel. See the little icon over my speed bar? Click on that. And there you go. Want intel? You know, there you go. Buy intel. Oh, yeah, click on OK too. Never mind. Yay, there you go. Got it. Great, thanks. Okay. Oh, man. So where are we going? I forgot where we're going. Oh, yeah, we're going to a repair base. This is not going to be an easy ride. I want to go ahead and pause the recording, but I'm going to keep flying, guys. Remember, all we're doing is simply following the pink, purplish star arrow thing. That's all we're doing. Okay, guys, quick clarification and correction. The way I did it, you're really not going to be able to set a waypoint, so I messed up. Okay. Go to orders. Go to dock at. Then click and find where it says repair shop. And there you go. It's going to go ahead and dock at that for you. I think the only possible way that you could actually set a waypoint is if you had something to click on. I can't visually click on it, so I'm not going to be able to do it. At least we're finally in the right sector. So like now we can actually click on it and go target toggle waypoint. Now you can actually follow the little star thing, you know? Okay. But beyond that, you really couldn't do it any other way, as far as I am aware. Okay. trying to think. Because the way I was teaching, it was like, well, you have to go to cargo prices. But the problem is that the repair shops don't sell anything. Let's just double check on that, right? Yeah, repair shops do not pop up in this list. Now, repair shops, though, apparently do allow you to buy fighter craft. There you go. So I'm going to take back what I said before. You can buy fighter craft. But you cannot buy new equipment, though. You also cannot trade at one. Okay? So you can repair, though. You can repair at a repair shop, but you cannot get new equipment, nor can you get any weaponry. Okay? So it just exists for the purpose of acting as a storage unit for your vessels and cargo. Now watch this, though. Undock. Let me see if I can show you this somehow real quick, guys. Click on the station. Now look, though, how it looks identical, though, if you look at it. Looks identical to a military base, right? See that, guys? I'm getting turned around here. What the heck? Okay. It's identical to a military base. Okay. We're now simply going to click on it, target, and scan. Notice it does have a cargo capacity. If you look on the left-hand side, its cargo capacity is 300. Okay, so around the same capacity as a Magnus. Okay. It does have a hangar bay. And there you go. So you can dock some ships in there. So basically, it's a nice cheap way to store your vessels and some cargo. And that's it. Guys, beyond that, I hope that this little tutorial helped. Okay? Especially if you're, you know, kind of struggling with basic concepts in the game. And guys, again, this really is meant for new players. Not intermediates, you know. Not people who have been playing the game for any length of time. It's meant for new players, guys, okay? It's not meant to sound patronizing, it's just meant to be instructive. Because, again, when I had to stop and think about how do I explain where to find a military base to upgrade your vessel at, it's like, I don't know how to explain that without a very long, in-depth explanation, because I can say find an M.Outpost, but in reality, if we were playing online, you could take a repair shop and label it M.Outpost. Okay? And no one will be the wiser until they dock at it. Think about that for a moment, right? And guys, as always, this has been Justin Pontarelli, flying the Avenger of Black Sun, saying, you know, hey, as always, guys, please drop any questions, comments, and constructive criticism down below. I might not agree with what you have to say, but I support your right to say it. And I do appreciate the feedback, regardless of what it is. It's always nice. It's nice to know someone cares and is watching. Yeah. Yeah, as always, until next time, remember, Virus 2020. Wash your hands. See ya.